Hi folks, remember when I borrowed a Mercedes AMG GLC C40 something with a roaring 4-pot 400 horsepower engine and decided it was at least as good as a 6R4 to drive? Yeah. Right. Okay. Dum-de-dum, little road going harmless. What is it? GLC. La 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 la, and then you put it in fast mode and it becomes a mentalist. It's a riot, it's mad. Thinks it's a 6R4. Woohoo! If you want the experience of driving a Group B rally car without the terrible expense of buying one, get one of these, because that's what it's like. It's barking mad. Well, I am back to the Mercedes shop today to have a try in something even more mental. Something I've always wanted, something I've never dared drive because I knew I'd have to buy one. There's been a very good reason why I haven't, but that reason is evaporating fast, so I'm going to take the plunge and give it a little go. So come along with me for the ride. This could be very exciting indeedy. And it's the GT43. Now, that normally comes with a big V8, but this one has that amazing 4-pot engine that was in the GLC that I drove in the summer. Well, that's a hell of an engine, 430 horsepower-ish, with the electric turbo with zero lag. It's an absolute rocket ship, it's the GLC. Well, that's this engine in the GT car. So it's going to be more economical, it's going to go just the same, and it looks fantastic. So what's it like inside? Let's see if I can get in. Oh, it's a bit of a squeeze for somebody my size. All right, I'm in. And the seat is in completely the wrong place. Fairly standard Mercedes seat moving apparatus. This is all GLC stuff, exactly the same as the GLC. It has these switches here that you touch them and things happen, which is torture when you're just driving along the motorway and you turn over and your fingers brush one of these. And everything you thought you knew about how the car's working is suddenly different. The switch to get it going is a bit of a fiddle. I've kind of thought, where can we put that? And it's in a gap that, I don't know if you can see that, but it's in a right awkward place to get it. You've got to kind of approach it from below and then turn your hand over and then get on it. Yep, now it's on. I'm going to start the engine. And it has that really cringy, awful coal display. Look, that's how fast you're going by coal. It's not efficient combustion, it's coal. That is awful. Switch it off again. But it's tiny in here. It's really, really small. It's pretty. It's got the Mercedes blue lights and it's got the expensive stereo speakers which bamboozle your eyes. Oh, what's it said now? Gesture detected. Driver, set a favourite for the gesture. Now what? I'll give you a gesture. Stop with that lot. Deactivate. I don't even know what that was and I hate it. So yeah, it's very small, it's very cramped. But that's just because I'm a fat lad, you know. If I was built smaller, or I was a professional dancer or something, I'd have no problem with this. But other than that, it's glorious in here. And what's under the pointy end? It's the same stonking 4-pot engine as was in the GLC. Now normally I'd say a 4-cylinder turbo engine in a car like this would be rubbish, but this engine is epic with its electrified turbo and its twin-stage charge cooling, and it manages to look good in there. It took a while to find out how to get in actually, but yeah, that is an absolute masterpiece of an engine. There. Clang. And the boot, if I'm going to do a proper car review, is absolutely enormous. It's huge. You could get at least 4 sets of golf clubs or 2 bodies in there. It's massive. You get this funny sort of curtain arrangement up here. I'm not sure what that's for. I don't know why you'd want one of those. So that's when you put dumpy bags of garden rubbish in the back. The leaves don't spill into the back of your car. You see how cramped it is in the back? I think that's a bit tongue-in-cheek, because that's, if you look at the driver's seat, that's to get me comfortable. You would need somebody quite literally with no legs in there. And this is why I've never bought one, because even when the kids were small, they had legs. Well, I don't know how you make that go down, or you don't shove it like that, obviously. This has always been my argument. Cars do not need... Oh, this is awkward. I don't know how you get in. There, let me in. Right, that's it. Right. See how many doors it has? It has 2. It has one this side and one that side. And you put your kids in by moving the seat. Why do car makers put too many doors in a car? You don't go home and have a door each to get into your house, do you? You have one at the front and one at the back. Buy a Fiat 500, how many doors do you get? 2. Shall we see what it drives like? I mean, the takeaway from all of this is stop being so fat and unbendy and join a gym, and then you'll fit in the car. You'll not be puffed out trying to move it anywhere. And yeah, it's not the car's fault. It's me. Right, let's select forward march and see what this thing does. Right, what's it like upon the open road? Well, it's quite stiffly sprung, I'll say that for it. Which you would expect. Well, would you? It's a GT car. Is it a GT car? It is quite stiffly sprung. But it's effortlessly fast. It's very, very quick. Even with just a little squeeze of the throttle in C for comfort mode, I think. Ah, it's got that thing that fights you with the steering. That is an absolute pest. Who thought that was a good idea? Oh, you're supposed to indicate. Well, yes, I didn't indicate, and it tried to crash me into the grass verge. Whoever thought that was a good idea? It's dreadful. And it's got that thing that makes it stall at every junction, which in the S-Class is a bit unobtrusive. You still got that half a second when you want to pull away, and you got to wait for it to get its trousers back on. But on this, because the engine's quite obtrusive, you just get plunged into silence, and I can't be the only person who hates that. I just cannot be. So it's got that, and it's got the irritating thing that if you threaten to break the speed limit, which fair enough, you're not meant to break the speed limit, but it spots 20-mile-an-hour signs in residential streets and thinks, oh, he might wish to go up there, I should meet at him. And then it goes, and you got to turn that off. I don't know how you turn the steering thing off. I wish it had a little box with wires that you just tear out and throw out the window and be done with it. But apart from, I mean, that's not the car's fault, that's because some do-good eco-vegan in Brussels said that's what you've got to have. But the rest of the car, if you get rid of that silly nonsense, it's just fantastic. Easiest thing in the world to drive. It just drives like any other little Merc. It's like a GLC. All the controls are the same as the GLC. I mean, I'm not a great fan of some of them. I prefer buttons that go click and things you can feel and things you brush your fingers over and it changes all your settings. And I've never understood why the screen in the middle just randomly changes seemingly uncommandedly. But that's me, because I'm a technophobe. There will be people, like children being a good example, who could operate that standing on their heads and get Terry Wogan to come out of the speakers. It's noisy, but that's because I'm used to a silent car. So it's not noisy, it sounds like an ordinary car. And it's, as I say, it's stiffly sprung, which I like. I like to feel what's going on. But as I say, outrageously quick for a little 4-pot. And I've always loved big V8s, but I do like this little 4-pot engine. It is a fantastic thing. But look at it. What a thing. That's not GLC. It's a rubbish day to be reviewing a car. It really is. Pouring down a rain. But look at that. I mean, just look at that. The car should be a symphony. It should be like a good book or a good film or a nice meal. It should start out at the front to hook the reader or make you think this is a good film, and then the story should progress beautifully towards the finale where the baddie gets killed and the guy gets the girl, and then just finish with all the loose ends tied up. That's what that is. It's a good book. That's what a car should look like. So the outside is absolutely stunning, I think. Beautiful. And it's small and it's compact. It has lots of lovely little bits. You know, you look at a Formula 1 car these days and you see all the little twiddly bits. Now all this here probably does precisely bottle, but it looks the business. What a thing. But do I want one? Well, you see, the problem I have with it is this. That when you get to here and you open it up and you get in there, it just becomes ordinary. And there's nothing is unusual. There's nothing exciting. That's all the same stuff as you get in a GLC. The outside is a symphony. Inside is a base model. And I found a nice little B road. Put the wipers off. What's it like on a little B road? 60 miles an hour, no more. I get in trouble. Just see what it's like on a little B road, and it's really nice. It's not a picker bother. You could drive this all day long. It is quite noisy compared to the S-Class, and it is confusing the hell out of itself with these badly broken white lines. It doesn't like them at all. The Fightomatic thing in the steering doesn't like that. These ones are better. This bit's been resurfaced. It can see these ones. So it's nice on the dual carriageway, and it's nice on these little back roads. Nothing to complain about. I'd love to get it on some dry tarmac with a bit of space around it and see what it can do, but if it's anything like the GLC 43, it'll just be an absolute weapon. I came down here today thinking, this is it. I've pulled the pin. I'm going to drive the car I've always wanted. I'm going to fall stupidly, hopelessly in love with it, and I'll sign the cheque before I leave the building. But I don't know. Looks fantastic. Performance fantastic. Gimmicks same as any other car, and me personally, and this is just me personally, no reflection of the car, don't like them, but you can't escape them. The steering will fight you. It'll stall at every junction. It'll meet when it sees a 20 limit sign, even though you're not going there. Stuff I hate, stuff I have to turn off every time I get in a car. Not the car's fault. Right, where do I go now? I'm lost. Absolutely no clue where I am. I've been driving around talking to myself for half an hour. Not a chuffing clue. Alright, let's turn right. Right, I've just given a little bit of boot out of a junction. It spun the rear wheels up. Traction control kicked in and sorted that out. But I punched the steering wheel and the camera got knocked away to whatever angle it went to. Yeah, this could get away from you, especially in the wet. I mean, traction control caught that instantly. But yeah, that was... oh yeah, that's fast. That is fast. And I'm not going fast, you know, 40 something, 50, 60. But the change from 40 to 60 is a blink of an eye. So it is the weapon. It is the weapon that it promised to be. That is quite enough of that in the wet. I am not doing any more of that in the wet. The traction control is having to gather that up for me every time. So we're not doing that anymore. Right, trust me, it's a very, very quick car. It's meeping at me. I'm doing 32. Come on. Right, I'm back at 30. come on, that's just infuriating. I know, a number is a number and you can't argue with it. But how irritating is that? And then it'll spot a 20 sign where I'm not going. And it'll meet in case I do. Aggravating bloody thing. You can't turn it off. You can take your eyes off the road to hit an absolutely minuscule little target up here. And that shuts it up. This is a queer arrangement. I thought I'd lock myself out. I don't know, how does this work? Open! Open! How do you get that to open? Ah, there you go. It's just, don't like that. And sometimes it's there and sometimes it won't go in, it wouldn't come out before. No, I don't like that. That's just me. It has a little spoiler on the back as well, which apparently lifts up. Let's see if we can lift the little spoiler up. Now, I'm told what you do is you switch it on by struggling your hand into this gap, and that switches it on, and then you have a little button here. Oh, it says moving on there, look. So there, there's a spoiler. And you press it again, and it moves that way. Right. I don't know if that's used as an ornament. Certainly didn't need it today. Another of my pet peeves with these modern Mercs is they listen to you, which is really disconcerting. Because somebody will pull out in front of you and go, "Oh, what are you doing?" And it'll suddenly talk to you. Although this one isn't. But I say, "Hey, Mercedes.
How may I help you?"
She's there. She was listening. "Can you tell me why BMW is better than Mercedes?"
You have not subscribed to this service. To use it, you first have to activate the service in the Mercedes Me app.
Well, she wriggled out of that one, didn't she? So, would I buy it? Well, I was going to, but I'm not so sure. It just isn't sufficiently out of the ordinary for me. I love the outside, it's a symphony, it's the best book you ever read, it's the best meal you ever had, the best movie you ever watched. But inside, it's like beans on toast with a fried egg. Now, I love beans on toast with a fried egg, but I wouldn't go to a fancy restaurant and order it. And on the outside it's a spaceship, and on the inside it's a GLC. And you can buy a fairly lowly Merc and get this interior. And I understand its commonality of parts and familiarity and everything else, but I want to look at the outside and go, "Ooh, spaceship!" And I want to get inside and go, "Ooh, more spaceship!" And it just isn't. And having driven the GLC 43, alright, it has the wrong number of doors, it's taller, it's on more compliant suspension, big sticky tyres, and it's four-wheel drive. And at the end of the day, you've got to live with it, and it'll fill up with dogs and children and luggage and take us all to Scotland and this kind of thing. This thing wouldn't. And the GLC's just as fast, and it's arguably more capable. And it still has beans on toast with a fried egg for an interior. So, and it's half the price. So on balance, I think I'd have the GLC. And it pains me to say it, because I love these little coupes. But I think I'd have the GLC. And on that bombshell and such, thanks for watching. See you soon.